Listen, I have an idea.
It's how I feel when you make lemonade. Whatever today has given you. 511 headaches, still call it Thanksgiving. True.
Welcome to another edition of the Super Dupa podcast. I'm your host, Rob Griggs, here with the super producer, Ez McMahon.
Yes. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man?
I'm just making sure we disclose things. Inside joke. Thank you for checking out Super Duper. We do not take your listeners lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials.
Very important. Very important.
They got to do that.
Very important.
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
SUPADPAPOD. Online at hp53productions.com for our merch and our additional content, such as our own Ez McMahon with the Easy Smoking GM podcast. We talk about the Bears once baseball season is over, get back to the Bears training, all that fun stuff.
The schedule came out today.
Okay, so what's some notable games, man?
The Bears will be playing 7 nationally televised games.
Shout out, Iceman.
That's a lot. The Bears play Thanksgiving Day against the Lions. They play Christmas Day against the Packers. Yes, I don't like this schedule. They got a Thursday night game against New England. I don't like this schedule. Not at all. Not one bit.
That's rough, man.
Not one bit.
That's a little tough.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But they'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be all right, man. So, speaking of Iceman, Drake's album came out, Iceman. That's hilarious.
It's called Iceman?
It's called Iceman. You know, you heard about that beef? So, like, there was a video of Drake in a Green Bay Packers jacket. Did you see this?
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, he had his album coming out as Iceman. That's just been out there. But then Caleb Williams calls himself the Iceman. I think it's like a beef, like who's really gonna be called the Iceman when George
Gervin is the Iceman.
But he and Caleb were fighting about who owns it. Like it's a whole trademark battle going on over Iceman.
Well, here's I know Caleb put in for the trademark.
Yeah.
And George Gervin, let's be real, George Gervin is the original Iceman.
Right. But that's his point. He's like, I've been using it for years.
Yeah, but then why didn't you trademark it 40 years ago?
I guess he think he had to, thought he owned it, but that's the problem. So that's the fight they're having in court. Because to your point, Caleb went through the actual process, but one question they ask you is like, have you used this in the public? That's like the first question they ask you, because I've done a couple of trademarks before. It's like, can you show proof that you've been using this in the public, right? And that's that's kind of how they view. That's part of how they approve your trademark. Like, is it something that you've been using? So they refer to him as the Iceman, but we know when you think of Iceman, really the real Iceman comes from Marvel, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I know he like, wait a second, I'm the Iceman. So
wait, when did he come out?
Bobby Drake, let's see. I'm sure. Hold on. Iceman.
Because I would think George Gervin is early 70s.
Right. So this character, Iceman, he's one of the original X-Men too. So September 19th, this character first appeared September 1963.
There you go.
Marvel's like,
Marvel is the original. Has the original Iceman. Yes.
Y'all really want to talk? I can get at you. You know what I'm saying? That's the original Iceman 63. They're stealing everything from them. So, yeah, but good luck in court, guys. Wish you all the best.
Yes, sir.
So, again, check out all our content. Also, check us out on YouTube at HP53 Productions. You can see Ez. What hat you got on? Is that a FAMU hat?
Florida A&M, yeah.
Florida, yeah.
Right? I might get some heat for this one, but that's all right.
I have fresh though.
The logo, I got to give it to Florida A&M. The logo is tight. Yeah, it's a HBCU. I celebrate HBCUs. So Hampton people, don't get at me too bad.
No, get at them. Make comments.
I'm not wearing a Howard hat.
Yeah, I know you can't. No, that's like me wearing an Amherst hat. This won't do it. But I saw this. Have that MLB Connected City kind of line. This gear, like the Pittsburgh Pirates. They got like a joint that's like the Steelers joint. Man, there's a Kansas City Royals hat with an R.
I don't like it.
Hey, well, see, my name starts with an R. That's why I was like,
okay.
and
I
rocking
didn't.
that.
I didn't like the Kansas City logo.
Hey, again, I only like the cause it was R with the crown. I was like, I'm like, "That." So that might you might see that on the pod, like within the next couple of weeks, depending on how they ship. You dig? Uh, but again, so a couple things before we get to the show. One shout out to my pops, man. Happy birthday to my pops. I think he'll mind me saying his age because actually he don't mind. He's 82 years old, and he ain't don't look one day older than that,
Not at
man. I mean,
all.
that guy still moving, rocking and rolling, still working on roofs and all that kind of stuff. Son, I need you to come by. Try to get this tree down. Why are you worried about a tree, sir? Okay. Son, I need you to come by. I got to get this cable up my roof. Dad, please wait till I get there. Yes, I fixed it. What? Say, but I love that man. Listen, that man taught me everything I know. Very wise man, hardworking man. He just don't give him. And one thing my dad has been lately, is just a lot of his friends have become sick, and people, when some of his friends got sick and passed, he was going to visit them every day. Like he really goes to visit the sick. You know what I'm saying? And he checks on them. Like he has my sisters and I going to visit and sing for people. And so it's just like I really admire him for that. Like when he's your friend, he's your friend. He gonna check on you, and make sure you're cool and good. So shout out to the original Bob Griggs, man. Happy birthday to my papa. Again, a running joke. I have people when they meet me, they go, "Do you like to be called?" I say anything but Bob. And they laugh. I say, "Well, my dad's Bob. That's why. It's not because it's hard, but like he owns it. I can't get nothing from it. That's why I'm just a Rob. You dig? Well, shout out to my pops. Happy birthday, man. Love you, Pop. And I want to thank everybody who donated toys to the Dads and Don'ts toy drive. We're gonna get the numbers out to you soon. Shout out to Christina for her help. And but yeah, people, I mean, Ez got a lot of toys, and we're gonna try to deliver those to the hospitals in the next week or so and get that out. But really, just thank everybody for just being kind enough and supporting the mission. And again, thoughtful of what we do. Our next meeting is next Thursday, March 21st, 6:30 p.m. at the Woodson Regional Library. I should have sent that to Sarah last week. That's going to be in the show notes and on the flyers somehow because I got too much to do. But yes, Dads and Don'ts next Thursday, March 21st at 6:30 p.m. Ez, how was your Mother's Day, man?
It was good. It sucks because we're not we're in different cities right now. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but we talked and yeah, it's cool.
Oh, shout out. Shout out to
And
your mom. Happy Mother's
had
Day. Yeah.
had dinner with my mother-in-law,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was cool. We had a good
Good
day.
stuff. Good
Good
stuff.
day.
Wait, wait, whoa. Time out. You braved the elements and the world and went out for dinner on Mother's Day?
No, 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 no,
Oh
no.
man.
We went to my mother-in-law's
How oh
house.
okay. Brother, as Cam says,
It's
brother.
called it's called DoorDash.
Hey, cause listen. Man, it was so much traffic
Yeah.
Mother's Day, you know what I'm saying? Just everywhere. And my sister, shout out to Zan, I hosted Mother's Day. And so she was coming to my house, and her husband is a pastor. She's the first lady. She left her phone at the church. They have church on the west side. They live south. So they had to go back to the church
Ooh.
in traffic. They was mad late. We had to move it along without them. That's the family rule. After a while, I was like, hey, we got to pray. We pray for you. We gonna eat this food, dog.
Oh man.
But yeah, I hosted Mother's Day. I made because usually the ladies always complain like, "Well, it's Mother's Day, and we always got to cook." So I made like a full taco bar, and I was told I had because the chipmunks and I only eat like turkey ground beef, and I really don't eat like ground beef like that. And so, but I was told in no uncertain terms by my niece Jasmine that if I only had turkey ground beef, she would flip over said skillet and leave and, and not come back. I was like, dang,
You can't tell the
like come on,
difference.
man. And the way I cook it, you couldn't. But I listened. I said, look, Jasmine, ground beef,
I would have
turkey.
I
You know
would
what I'm
have put the
saying?
turkey ground beef and said it
No,
was regular
no,
ground
no.
beef, and
She was
she
serious.
wouldn't have been able to
She-
tell the
Her face
difference.
was serious. And but then I know my mama, I had to have like I had sour cream, I had lettuce, I had cheese, because my mother would say, you ain't got no lettuce, you ain't got sour cream, or you don't know how to make no food, huh? That'd be her exact words. So I just had everything laid out. Like, let me just get it all
Uh,
here. She like, oh, you ain't got a sour cream? I guess. And had every type of shell here, blue shells, regular corn shells, had soft shells, cooked, you know what I'm saying? Then I made a quesadilla, you know what I'm saying? Chicken quesadilla. I wasn't playing around, man. We had a really nice time. It was really good. Mother's Day. Shout out to my niece. She brought out the Michael Jackson video game, the Wii, and they danced because I want to give a shout out to my sons too. They did a real good job hosting while I was cooking and making sure everything kept clean. And my son Chase made sure the party was going. He did all the games, he just set up everything for everybody. So shout out to the boys. I had to actually just bribe Aiden to like introduce everyone, and then he was like, "Can I go back to my game?" No, Mother's Day. Let's come hang out with your family, man. We had a really really nice time. Shout out to Brooke too. She was cool. Usually she turned the place out, but she was chilling. Then at about like the family came up about 4. At about 8, she kind of was like, "Yeah," and everybody's like, "All right, time to go home." Because it was like she's like, "Enough of this. I've been a good girl for 4 hours." And then my sister said, "Bye, Brooke. Bye," just like that. I mean, it was like shouldn't even talk that clear. Good God, Brooklyn, you are mad aggressive. But again, thankful for all the moms. I hope every mom feels celebrated. And also, again, we talk about it. Mother's Day isn't always an easy day for people, so I hope you're able to get some encouragement. Think of good memories, especially if your mom was a good, loving mom. So again, thankful for moms, and again, shout out to my mom. Lovely, always love to celebrate it whenever I can. Couple of things before we get to Ez versus everybody. I was thinking about Ez. This is graduation and prom season. I want to shout out my nephew. He graduated last week from Trinity, and I think this is the last graduating class because the school is closing, man. And so,
Really?
yeah. So he graduated from he's the last class of Trinity. Yeah, it's pretty tough. But I'm glad he got it's just wild too. My nephew, he was born premature. To see him, it was the things I didn't get to go because I had broken up when my boys went, and I was glad that they were able to go and see the graduation and see their cousin because they're going to graduate in a couple of weeks. Brooklyn graduation in a few days. You know what I'm saying? So it's like really super cool that this is coming fast and furious. Like to see, I'm so gonna cry is because his I understand when our parents cry because especially like an eighth grade graduation. This is like the first thing that you did without me in your, what I'm saying, in your life. I couldn't be there to do it. You had to do this yourself, right? So this is like your first real big accomplishment. This is pretty doggone cool. So I can see why parents get emotional. It's like, wait a second, you really did this big thing. Fantastic, guys. And my boys will have blue cords representing their excellence and community service projects. I'm very proud of that. I'm be on cloud nine for the next couple of weeks, man. So I'm just
Good
very
stuff.
about that, man. And prom season, these proms, you see it on the images online, and it's like weddings. And these things are expensive. Like what? How was your prom expensive? Like your get up and all that.
I don't think it wasn't over the top.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta, I mean, we had to pay for the ticket was probably $100.
Yeah. Like a buck
Had
25.
Yeah, I had to get a tux. That was probably a buck and a quarter.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did you and your date match? I mean, I'm assuming yes,
yeah,
but
we
okay,
no, well, I mean, she wanted us to match,
okay,
and I wasn't feeling that. The color that because she wore like a sky blue, I
okay.
wasn't feeling that. So I compromised. And I said I'm gonna wear a white bow tie
Wait, how's that compromising? You just feel like 'cause they'll go together, like no matter
because
what?
I mean it looked fine together.
Okay, got you.
Yeah,
So now, how many proms you go on? See, you like me.
three,
Yeah, I went
four,
on 5. I went by 5. I
three,
think it was
three.
yeah, and again, because you end up being a good date. It's like people just know, hey, I need a date for prom. Hey, you're a good guy. Would you go? All right. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
all right, I go. Ain't no thing. I show up.
yeah.
Have a nice time, man. I enjoy proms, but hey, shout out to I think I might post my if I can find it, my picture from my prom. Next year will be 30 years from prom. Jeez
That's
Louise.
crazy, right?
That's man, it's like where did time go? Those young fellas. It's hilarious. I could look at the picture now. I gotta find it. But the pictures like we holding up watches. I was my at the time I was holding up I think one of my sister's boyfriend's watches I had on. Like wasn't my watch. Somebody's flashing money. I know somebody gave you that money, wasn't yours. So we ain't had no jobs like that. It's like we all
He was
fronting in these
wait,
pictures.
he was flashing money?
Not me. I was flashing the watch that somebody let me wear. It's
Uh,
like I was the watch guy. Somebody was flashing. Somebody broke out some money. It was like, what? Look at the fish. Like, what were we doing? Where are our parents? We were raised better than this.
I don't
You know what I'm
I
saying?
wait, I'm thinking I don't know if I had a watch. I definitely didn't have no
Again,
cash.
again. I tell this story. I didn't have. Did you have a car in high school? You had a car in high
No, I
school,
didn't have
right?
a car in high school.
Oh, okay. I
No.
thought you had a car in high school.
No, I didn't have a car.
Did she have a car? He drove his mom's
He
car.
drove
We
his
actually
mom's
all drove.
car.
Okay. Shout out, God rest his soul.
See, he had
Uh,
the privilege of doing that. My mother wouldn't dare let me drive the car.
he stayed driving that car like all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that thing was huge. Just,
Try to
whoa, that
parallel
thing.
park that
Yeah.
thing. Oh, baby.
I'll go there.
Hey, but it was
Hey,
a
all
car.
right.
It was a
Hey,
car.
got you around. Shout out to Broski.
Yeah,
But on
yeah.
my prime, so again, I know I told the story, and I love my auntie. I hope she ain't listen. Why she listens to one episode she listened to. But she was like, "I'm a good nephew." She said, "Nephew, I'm gonna get you a rental car." Cool, bet. And so I'm making my Do Me Baby playlist tape. I'm making it just perfect, lining up all the songs just right. As jump in the car, no tape player. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me, auntie! You just
Wait,
killed me! You just killed me!"
wait.
Right, auntie!
Oh, I'm
You
trying to
just
think
murdered my
back.
night.
I thought by by
Yes,
by the late '90s,
that
a
everything,
tape deck
everything.
should have been
Yes,
standard.
yes, 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 dude, man. So as to that point, I didn't even look. I jumped in, bam. That's odd. The tape didn't go in. I didn't even look. Boom. I must got it. I must got it backwards. I got it turned around. Different car. Not my car. They play as you know how it is at the prom, you know what I'm saying? The late night drive
Uh,
back.
you had to listen
I
straight
got into
GCI.
commercials, you know what I'm saying? They play a cut. Get your free life savings done at call
uh,
auto. What? Man, it killed me, auntie. But I guess I had a car though.
at least you had to get.
I
I
had a
had to
car.
I had to go in a limo.
Oh, that's probably safer. Like I think
Oh,
about
it
that,
definitely was.
like at that age, we were doing a lot of driving. Cause now again, I know I'm getting old because I be like stuff be loud now. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, hey, out my grass. I do that kind of stuff. But now I notice how fast these kids be driving. It's like, yo, what
Yeah.
y'all are driving nuts. And it's
Have
like, was I
you ever
going
been in an
that
alley? You ever
fast?
been in an alley and somebody zoomed by? And like,
It's insane.
what are
It's like,
y'all
where you
doing?
going? Where y'all going?
What is going on here?
I mean, and it's like you just such a rush. Like, what do you what? Leave early, young person. It's okay. Leave early. Like this old man
I'm
does.
such an old man now.
Hey, listen, I've leaned into it, bro. It's like, excuse me. Y'all a little loud. Get out, move it along. Thank you. Get off my porch. Thank you. Get out my grass. I'm a big get out my grass guy. It's a young fella down the street. Always, and I come outside, he look up and say, run. I mean, yeah, run. You know what it is. You know the vibes. I don't play that, man. So every shout out to being 30 years next year,
That's
dog.
crazy, man.
I
We
still can't
had
get over that tape player.
yeah,
Man, go ahead.
this this weekend was our 25th anniversary of our college graduation.
Yeah. Well, mine will be in a couple weeks, and I'm going to Williams, taking the boys to Williams for my 25th year
Oh, are
reunion.
you? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, man. So that should be a lot of fun.
Good
That should be a
stuff.
lot of fun. I just want them to see school. And I haven't been back in a while, man. So it'd be good to kind of walk with them.
Oh,
My niece, not my niece, my cousin saw my boys. We were at a funeral. I didn't tell you, man. My cousin Roy lost his mom,
oh,
and
sorry to hear that.
yeah. So we again praying for him and the family. But saw one of my cousins hadn't seen the boys in a while, and they were like they call me Robbie. They're like this shades of Robbie. That was pretty hilarious. So like all three of us looking alike walking in. But I will say this: I love my cousin Roy, and we got a running joke. We call each other creeps. I'll tell that story off the air, and so I'm being respectful because his mom passed. So I didn't want to, I don't say his name. I go, "What up, creep?" I should call the police, right? He calls me CBG for Creep Bobby G's, right? So mind you, we're at his mother's funeral. I'm trying to be respectful, and I ain't gonna make this joke. I go, "What up, cuz? I love you." He whispers in my ear, "What up, CBG?" I says, "I hate you, dog." I said, "Ooh, you got me. You got me." I gotta love cousins, man. Gotta love cousins.
Roy is part of one of the greatest stories ever.
We
We
sure
can't
can't tell
share
it
it
what
here.
we can't do. Just
Can't
poop.
share it here. But man, that was a
No.
funny story.
Well, we can't share this. That brother know how to shop for Ace shirts. You understand? Every color, every style. We can't say that. You want an outfit to match? He got the t-shirt to go with it. Shout
Oh
out to
man.
my cousin, boy. So
That's a
we're gonna
good
play
dude right there.
every great dude. He's still a creep though. Because y'all play everybody's favorite game is versus everybody. Okay,
Let's
this
do
catching
it.
on.
Let's do it.
So this week it's a more Michael Jackson focus because again, I told you played the Michael Jackson Experience Mother's Day. We talking Michael Jackson. It's like this movie is really just like showing you he's the greatest entertainer ever. Like this whole Taylor Swift is the new Michael Jackson. Even beyond. No. This man been dead for almost 20 years, and the movie come out and it's like his music selling again. You know what I'm saying? It's just been streamed like crazy over the years. And you look back at it like we were underselling this. We were underrating this man. He's cold. His family's cold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so Ed, so these questions are Michael Jackson related. Ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So we know Thriller is the top selling album of all time, right? What is the second most selling album of all time? Is it AC/DC Back in Black, Whitney Houston The Bodyguard, Eagles Their Greatest Hits, or Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon? What's the second most selling album of all time?
That's a good album. All good albums. Even the Bodyguard soundtrack is really good. I'm gonna go with the Eagles' greatest hits though. That's
your final answer.
That's my final answer. Yeah, I think it's the Eagles.
Everybody, what you think? Because answer is wrong. It's this is according to Wikipedia. AC/DC Back in Black.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a good
according
album.
to Wikipedia, 50 million.
It's a good album.
50 million. So,
All
all right. So number 2. All right, Ed's ready.
Let's go.
Number 2. What is Tito Jackson's real name? Is it? My niece gave me this one. Shout out to her. Okay. Is it Tito Joseph Jackson?
Okay.
Darren Tito Jackson? Toriano Adarryl Jackson? Or Joseph Tito Jackson?
Say those again. I'm sorry.
Okay. Tito Joseph Jackson.
Okay.
Darren Tito Jackson. Toriano Adarryl Jackson. Or Joseph Tito Jackson? Gotta put time on it, bro.
I'm gonna go with just because it's out there, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Toriano. What was it?
Toriano Adarryl Jackson.
Yes.
That's your final answer?
That's my final answer.
You are correct. These niggas are scary. Like, how you get Tito out of Toriano Adarryl? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, when she told me, I was like, what? I was like, you're making that up. I looked it up. She was absolutely right. Toriano Adarryl Jackson is his name.
He's the oldest boy, right?
I think it's Jackie's oldest boy.
Jackie's the oldest boy.
His name is Jackie. His name is Jackie Esco or something like that. Esco something. It's wild. It's like, who's naming y'all? You know what I'm saying? My dad was naming me Alfonso, so I don't know what it is about this man in this generation. I don't know what it is about those names. And he was naming me Alfonso with an ALPH. It's like, what? Okay.
Man.
Mom was like, we're gonna name after his dad. Enough of this. So last one.
Let's go.
What is Michael Jackson's full name? Is it Michael Jericho Jackson? Michael Joseph Jackson? Michael Cavanto Jackson? Or Michael Toriano Jackson?
All right. There's no way they named Tito Toriano and then gave Michael Tito's name as his middle name. No shot.
Okay.
What was the first one?
Michael Jericho Jackson. So I'll read them again. Michael Jericho Jackson.
All right.
Michael Joseph Jackson. Michael Cavanto Jackson. And Michael Toriano Jackson.
It's definitely not Toriano. Being that they were, well, at least the mom was a devout Jehovah's Witness. I'm gonna go with Jericho. Michael Jericho Jackson. Final
answer? Wrong, man. Michael Joseph Jackson.
Really?
Yeah. Guess they was like, listen, we went nuts with Toriano and there. I think it was a little too hard to pay with that name. Let's just keep it easy and call him Michael Joseph Jackson. So there you
Okay.
go.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
So one for
So
two
man,
today.
yeah, 1 for 2 is cool though. It's cool though. Cause listen, I thought the Tory. I guess it's so out there. It's like
That's the only why I did it. Because
that's
it was out there.
and I was like, he's gonna get it because I was trying to make up names that were like, wow, I couldn't even make up a name that wow, that's what was crazy. Like Toriano, Adarryl, and they call you Tito? Like it's insane. But I love black people, man.
And Back in Black sold 50 million albums. That's okay.
Yeah, AC/DC. Yeah, and Whitney Houston, Bodyguard, 45 million. Eagles, 44 million. I think Pink Floyd was also like 43 million.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's again, it's still nuts. Even with the streaming, like Thriller is still just knocking it out the park. I've listened to Michael Jackson just randomly, just the songs on my head. So
I know you like the Thriller album.
actually, real talk, I'm listening to Bad.
Really?
Yeah, I mean Thriller. I mean, and well, I'm listening off the wall. I've been playing rock with you. I listened to. This thing, I listen to Thriller. I maybe listen to Lady in My Life. We listen
I
a lot
love
of. We
that
listen
song.
we listen to the Jacksons actually on Wednesday because the whole thing they left Motown. They were no longer the Jackson Five. They were just the
The
Jacksons,
Jacksons.
and it's like a section. It's like a section of songs that like are like B-sides. You know what I'm saying? But like if you know, you know. You know what I mean? Like Let Me Show You, and even Can You? I mean, Can You Feel is a massive hit,
Let me
but
show.
it's
Can you
like
feel it? Heartbreak
yeah,
Hotel.
that's what now.
Yeah.
Did you know? So that's actually called This Place Hotel. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. So they were on CBS when you made that song. Michael Jackson wrote that song, and but Elvis has a song Heartbreak Hotel. They on the same
That's right.
label.
Yeah.
And so they didn't want it to be, they didn't want them to think this was a cover or anything. So they had to change the name to This Place Hotel, aka Heartbreak Hotel. That's because I was like,
Uh,
yeah, so that's what it was, right? So, but I thought that was pretty cool. But they saying no cover. I know Mike was like, I wrote this out of my mind and my heart. It's not about Elvis. That's a jam. That's a jam. Now, Blame It on the Boogie. You know what I'm saying? That's a Jackson
yeah.
song,
That's
right?
yeah.
And it's like you can hear it like that's different from Jackson 5. Try something new. But what was I saying with that? Oh, I was in the bad because well, shout out to Bomani Jones. He made my take before we recorded because I was like, bad is so cold. The chorus is just I'm bad, really, really bad. Like that took you hours to write, and it's a smash hit. But I mean, you got Man in the Mirror. I just can't stop loving you, Dirty Diana. The way you make me feel. Listen, man,
Oh,
there's
it's a solid
jams on that.
album. It's a
I
solid album.
mean, it's insane. Like, and you gotta think about it. It probably gets overshadowed because it follows Thriller, but it's a smash hit
This is
all
yeah.
in and of
Yeah.
itself. So yeah, Bad
Gave
is
us Annie, Are You Okay?
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Another part of
And
me,
where did he
like,
get that from?
no, man. Where did you get it from?
You never heard that?
No.
Annie, Are You Okay is what you say when you're doing CPR. So you to time it out to get the beat right. Annie, are you okay?
Yeah, okay.
Are you
Yeah,
okay? Are
what?
you
Get out of
okay, Annie?
here.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That's where he
Didn't
got
know
that
that.
from.
Wow. Okay. He's just using anything. He's just saying whatever. Okay. Whatever works, man. It works. Yeah, but shout out again. Michael Jackson, the movie still, I think it's slowing down a bit, but last time I checked, it was made almost $600 million the movie had, man. So I think it might, I don't know if it's going to eclipse Bohemian Rhapsody, but people still going to see it. Like I know people who haven't, my sister hasn't seen it yet. She's going to go see it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people still going. I still may go see it one more time, just, run the numbers up. Who knows, man?
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, so it's a short show today. Before we get out of here, I do want to talk about something very important. May is Mental Health Month. You hear us talk about that on the pod, just being mindful of your mental state, taking care of mental state. We talk about therapy, being positive, all those things. And I just want to just run through a few quick things for you guys to make sure you are aware of this because I feel like our mental health is something that is definitely prevalent. People talk about it more, but I don't think people are taking advantage of the resources like they should, right? People are more anxious nowadays. People are more sad. We are more just aware of so many things. And to keep it a buck, to keep it a thou wow, it's like there's a lot of stuff that will make you sad happening in the world right now, right? I mean, it's like how are we coping with these things? How are you, how do you turn some? Because I don't know about you, some days I listen to Up First on NPR. That's a pod that's like 15 minutes long, gives you kind of top news of the world. I do that every day. So I kind of have an idea of what's happening. There's some days, like lately, I just skip it because I just don't want to hear. I want to hear about the trip to China, how it's the greatest trip anybody's ever had. It's the greatest welcome. I'm out. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's like we're gonna be in trouble in about 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to go, but you know what I'm saying. But it's like that kind of stuff, and the war is still going on. They're still bombing in Ukraine. They just still, you know. It's like we forgot that there were people that got killed in Minnesota, dude. Like
Hmm.
that's it's like it didn't happen. That happened this year. That happened this year, right? They was snapping people, killing people in various cities, and so that's a little big toll. Not just, and then on top of that, money's getting short. No, this gas. I mean, I had to stop at a gas station, and gas was like 5.69 a gallon on for 87. It's like, who's paying? What? You know what I mean? Food is the cost of raising there. So it's a lot that can be make you stressful. So I think now more than ever, being more mindful of our mental state is very important. And that's for men and women. But I do want to read these stats just about men's mental health. It says men die by suicide nearly 4 times more often than women. That's from the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. That's 2024. That's a wild number.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I say it a lot. You know, we talked about it before. I just think women do a better job of seeking help and it being spaces for them to get help more than men do. I think a lot of times a man, most men feel like they have to do stuff on their own. Like it's like a bad. It's if I ask you for help, then I'm not being a man, right? And that's the biggest lie in the world. But that's just kind of I don't know where we learn. I don't know how we learn it, but we do. We are every man has that in him somehow. Like I can take care of myself. And I think once you learn, like let me ask for help, and you realize nothing changed, and you actually got the thing done, then you start to say, oh my God, I've been playing myself. You know what I mean? I know for me. I didn't ask my dad for help a lot because I wanted him to know I could do it. He was like, "That's the dumbest thing in the world. I should have. He the main dude. I should have been asking to show me how to do stuff." So now that's all we do. You know what I'm saying? Pops, I did X, Y, Z. Oh, so you gotta do this right. Okay, cool. Hang on the phone. We good. You know what I'm saying? Here it goes. Only about 40% of men with mental health conditions receive treatment compared to 52% of women. This is from the National Institute of Mental Health. So again, there might be men who have issues, but not a lot of them are getting help and services. But even 52% of women, that's not as high as
That's
it
not how.
should be.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, so that means one out of every other woman is out here not getting help either. So again, that's just like, so it, and that's almost a stigma. You think something is okay, and you have to go get help and services for it, man. That's what's tough. For Black men and mental health, Black adults are more likely to experience persistent symptoms of emotional distress, but less likely to receive treatment. That's from 2023, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Office of Minority Health. I bet you that office doesn't exist anymore. Uh, Shout out to Doge. But yeah, but you know, because that's also comes with just there's a line they say like I love being black. It's lit, but it's a little dangerous, and it's like that's really true depending on where you at. And you know, especially now that there's an attack on blackness. Just keep it a buck. It is. It's an attack on blackness, and also like there's just a stress that sometimes you have to live this dual life, right? You kind of to depend on how you try and navigate. Some people feel like they gotta be one person here and another person there, and that's no knock. Sometimes that's a real survival tactic. It's just like I gotta get this done. They won't understand me if I talk this way, right? And that can be a lot of stress on the mind, right? It can be stressful to be the only black person in a space, and you know what I'm saying, and almost like have to now figure out other things and not be authentically you because they just won't get you to understand you, and it just again just how sometimes community suffers and how things have to happen. It can be very stressful, and then on top of that, not trusting healthcare professionals. We hear a lot of times about how black women are not protected in the healthcare system because they it's like it's inherently thought they have a very high tolerance for pain. So maybe if they, especially like a lot of childbirths, a lot of black deaths for women because like they're not getting proper care. So these women are dying and so people don't trust the hospital. So it's like, and then now this whole mental thing, I'm not gonna trust you with my mind. You know what I'm saying? Tell you my deepest, darkest secret. You know what? I'll figure it out. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't make it great, but that doesn't surprise me at all. Anything to add? I know that's like a heavy thing, but I don't know if there's something that you would because I see your face, the very pencil. I know something you want to add, or you just listening.
I'm listening, but man,
Yeah.
I'm
So
glad you're able to see that.
Yeah. And so depression and anxiety. Roughly 1 in 10 men experience daily feelings of anxiety or depression. This is from the CDC National Health Interview Survey of 2023. And there was also a study about I can't quote where it was from, so please forgive me, but just about how lonely men are and like how they don't have friendships. I know, you and I, as I run and jokers, we're best friends by default, but also we do this show every week, and before we hit record, you and I talk for about 30 minutes just about whatever. Like that's just it's just lost in time. But we're cracking up way before we get on the mic, right?
Right.
But you think about how many of our friends like think about your guy friends that you just don't talk to as much. Like you care about them, but it's like for whatever reason you're just not calling them. It's y'all not going to the movie. You're not going, just grabbing something to go on the Valois, right? Meeting for a quick breakfast. It won't take long, but it feels like it'll be long. You know what I'm saying? It feel like it'll be a lot to get together. And so a lot of men are just like by themselves, even with sometimes their dads and don'ts. I can hear it in the guys like, man, I haven't gotten out. Like a lot of guys are coming more of like it's a group, it's a fellowship I can join, right? I can kind of meet some new guys, and every third month after our meeting, we might go like to watch a game at a bar or something. Like we went golf for a holiday party. Just was like, get out the house, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just trying to do for family. And I think sometimes a lot of men feel like they should, like, I don't deserve to have fun. I got to grind and hustle for my family. But I mean, but you sad and depressed, right? And then ultimately people usually choose wrong and try to manage the stress and depression, right? Because like to make yourself feel better, now you have behaviors that are harmful to you, right? And so that's why we have to talk through these things. But I mean, that's crazy. 1 in 10 men experience daily feelings of anxiety or depression. That's tough, man. Men are more likely to show irritability, anger, withdrawal, risk taking, or substance abuse rather than sadness. So it just comes out differently. So, you know, we can't struggle and suffer in silence, man. That's something we just have to avoid. And I feel like we talk about it enough on the pod that we're doing our part to make sure that it's not a stigma that telling your friends, hey man, I'm having a tough time. I think I could tell a story. Because this is about me, not about you, but you were there and it happened. You know what I'm about to tell. Crying in Vegas. I was having a rough time, marriage and just as kids, and I busted my shoulder, and some stuff had happened. We were walking down the street. I think we spent all our money. We don't have no money to get to the airport. And I just started crying. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and I didn't want y'all to see me crying. I could not stop. You know what I mean? It was just like a lot was happening in life and a lot that I didn't tell anybody because it was like, I gotta manage this and deal with it. And I mean, and to y'all credit, everybody just kind of, hey man, hey, I got stuff going on too. Not in like a competition where it's like, glad somebody
No,
let the
glad
valve
everybody,
go.
right, right.
Yeah. It's like, okay, man,
We're all going through something.
it ain't just me, man. I
No,
mean, I could see that now. I could not stop crying, bro. But it was just like so much in life was happening. Yeah, thankful for my friends, you know what I mean? Thankful for you guys for being there because I know a lot of guys don't have that, right? It's like the friends you can't talk. Not again, what I love about guys is you can talk about it and then crack jokes about it later, right? But I think just being able to say it and have friends to say it too, and then they care about you, and then again, and the way they care about you is not just to roast you after that one, like in love. That's always a good thing. I do want to focus on children and teens and mental health because I don't think we talk about that. We talk about that as much as we should. My mom would always say, "You have to respect the kids' feelings, right? They have it too. They have stress and stuff too. And I appreciate my mom. That's why she's the best. Because like you usually people diminish kids and their feelings. And she was like, if a kid loses their crayon box, that's the equivalent of you losing your wallet, right? It's like that's important to them. So if they lose it and they're stressed about it, you should respect their stress, not just like get over it. It's just a box of crayons. But if you left your wallet, you would be very upset too, right? This is a thing that they use constantly that makes their day and their imagination go. So I've always been mindful of that. So even if the kids come to me and it might be like, this is stupid. I don't know why you're mad about this, but this is bothering you. So okay, let's Let's figure it out and talk it through and try to manage your emotions a little bit better, right? But it says, and I'm reading this book too called The Anxious Generation. Shout out to Kay. We were talking about that today. The Anxious Generation, where it talks about how kids now are just more anxious than we have been before. Some of that's due to like the mobile phone and how it rewires brains and how it doesn't. Kids don't learn just things from playing outside and problem solving. It's just they're in this phone. But rates of anxiety and depression in kids between the age of 3 and 7 have increased 29% from 2016 to 2020. That's from the CDC. 2023. That's wow. It's because I mean these kids also too like you know with socials and not to be the old guys, but with socials and now they comparing themselves. Shoot, and these kids, adults doing the same thing, right? But comparing themselves to their friends or what they don't have. You'll see how many kids now know how to do the fake smile for a picture and then go right back to looking sad. I've seen kids do it. You know what I'm saying? Because we've trained them to take a picture, look happy, right? And we're moving so fast in the name of making money, right? Trying to provide this life, take these trips. I think sometimes we miss that our kids just kind of need to, listen and hear. I mean, I know as an 11, 12-year old, it was like I just want somebody to hear me say this stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like for the kid or the chipmunks, I try to make sure that they can just say whatever to me, and I have levers in place that if something is going on, they can just say that we got code words or we got moments where it's like, Dad, I need to talk. Okay, and I would drop everything. I don't care what I'm doing. I'll drop it and talk because in the grand scheme of things, this 20-minute conversation might save you from like falling into some deeper depression because you feel like you can't talk to anybody. Um, for teen girls, 57% of teen girls reportedly feeling persistently sad or hopeless in 2021, the highest level ever recorded. Wow, that's from a CDC Youth Risk Behavior Survey in 2023. That's tough. Teen
What's
boys,
it based on?
a lot of it is again very something similar, right? It's like friendship groups are smaller. The comparison, a lot of stuff from socials affects more teen girls. It affects both sexes, but like with the teen girls, the comparison thing is really real. Then it's like I'm not enough. I'm not doing enough. Right? I'm not. I don't look pretty. I'm too fat, even when they're not fat at all. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Teen boys are experiencing rises rates of withdrawal, academic disengagement, and social disconnection, even though they report sadness less often. I've heard this a lot with just men, especially young men, like they're not dating anymore. We talk about that. We talk about it a lot, like the mall, how that was integral for us. It just even if you were by yourself, you dropped in, you were just in like kids your age. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but like that kind of experience is no more. Everything is online. Everything can be talked through, but like a real connection, you can't beat that. But these kids are by themselves so much, right? Having twisted thoughts. Nobody said, "Hey, man, that's crazy. Are you okay?" It's just they just going down a rabbit hole with it. Suicide is now the second leading cause of death for youth ages. Oh, that's about to break my heart. Youth ages 10 to 14 and 15 to 24, and that's from CDC 2024. That's something that these young people are taking their lives like that, right? So screen time and social media. Teens who spend 3+ hours a day on social media face double the risk of anxiety and depression symptoms. Lord, that's from the U.S. Surgeon General Advisory on Social Media and Youth Mental Health. Then so we talked about that book, The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt. So the shift from play-based childhood to phone-based childhood correlates with the rising anxiety starting around 2012. So again, before you and we just played our way through situations. You know what I'm saying? You figured out, all right, how do I exert uh my what's the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily my leadership, but like how do I stand up for myself? Like we were playing a game, they keep skipping me. I have to stand up for myself at some point. I gotta get a turn, or learning how to take turns with people, how to establish yourself, how to connect with friends, how to understand when something getting a little shaky with some friends, right? That's just stuff you learn through playing. Like our parents didn't sell us stuff. We kind of figured out some stuff just in an environment with other kids right around our age. But now with this phone, also it's so advanced too, right? They can learn so much information without even knowing how to properly handle it, right? In their own with their minds. Uh, Girls are especially vulnerable. This again is from the book to social comparison and algorithmic pressure. Boys are especially vulnerable to motivation loss, isolation, and gaming addiction. There have been times I've, say the boys got in trouble and they can't play the games. Because they almost go crazy ripping it from them. It's like, are you okay? And so, we try to build in just like, nah, we off the game today. Let's go read. Like every Monday we read. Like after a certain time, everything off. Like I don't care what game is on, I just turn it off. And I crack open a book, they'll crack open a book, and we read for 20 minutes. And and it doesn't seem like a long time, but then I can see it, I can even see them kind of like just coming down, right? Calming, just because our minds are so in these screens all day. Um, Unsupervised play, independence, and real world socialization are protective factors. Um, so, it's just with the environment we've created for our kids. Technology helps, right? It gets us stuff faster. It helps out, but we have to be mindful of just like having riding bikes and playing with your cousins and playing football in the street, like softball in the park, just finding people, sitting by yourself. Like that taught us so many different things, man. So it's but now with all these algorithms and things being fed to them to make them addictive, it's just that's just not that we shouldn't be surprised that kids are anxious. So I know I talked about a lot of bad heavy stuff, but want to get through some tips of like how to improve your mental health, like moving, right? 30 minutes a day of moderate activity can reduce anxiety symptoms for up to 12 hours. That's from the Anxiety and Depression Association of America in 2024. Like just moving around. Like I try to walk whenever I can. I got a walking desk at the gig, so I try to stand up. They make fun of me. So where I sit, there's a conference room next to me. I just forgot about the people in there, and I'm doing these little squats with my leg. But I guess all they saw me doing was going up and down. And I looked over, and they're just cracking up at me. It was like, hey man, I'm just trying to keep moving. That's why I try to make. That's also too like people say I go to the gym at like 8:30 at night. But I go because again, I'm just trying to keep clear my mind, man. Because I mean, I don't drink by myself. I don't do drugs. So it's like when I'm feeling stressed out, I just go to the gym, and I might even be there long, just a walk or something, right? Just being there, just doing something to sweat a little bit stops me from doing something stupid. Now this is what I need to work on. Adults who sleep less than 6 hours a night, that's me. I'm those adults, are 2.5 times more likely to experience mental distress. That's also me. That's something I'm trying to work on as well. I know, Ez, you're a big proponent of getting your 8 hours, right? Like you get your 8 hours
Between
regardless.
6 to 8.
See, I wouldn't know. Like that's just foreign to me, bro. Like eight
Less than
hours,
yeah,
man.
less than 6 is not enough, and more than 8 is too much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So,
seven is that nice
man, that's that
middle
name's.
range.
I'm gonna try 7. We'll see how that works. Strong social connections can increase longevity by 50% and significantly reduce depression risk. Shout out to our buddy Say Cool. He was on the pod, friend of the pod a long time ago. I mean, he's good at well, his planning's pretty suck, but but he's good at getting everybody together. He was like, meet me next week. Bring your food, bring your snacks. Bring you this and bring you that. I'll bring the place. Okay, and then I'm leaving at 9. Even though it starts at 7. See you guys later. Shout out to you, brother.
It's but
Love you,
but
man.
it's something.
That's why hey, I ain't
I
knocking it.
appreciate
Appreciate
it.
you, man.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. And
Yeah,
he's good at checking in, you know what I'm saying? So that's my man. That's
yeah.
more for jokes, more inside joke. If you know, you know. Uh but also talking helps. People who engage in talk therapy will show significant improvement in 75% of cases. I mean, I will say, like I've had therapy and it is helpful because again, like when you talk to your family, nothing wrong talking to your family. That's what I'm talking to. If you go to church like I do, talk to a pastor, something like that. But I think with therapy, these are all additive things. All these things work. It's not like you do one of these things. Like all these things good work together. But it's just like sometimes when you talk to people who know you, so like when you tell somebody a story and you have to tell them, like give them all the context, it's certain detail you start to fill in for that person because you can't assume things for them. So a lot of times you talk to a therapist, they don't know and so you talk about things that maybe or parts of it that like aren't assumed. You have to stick because the typical well, why how this happened? Oh well, this happened in my family. So you go through some things because a lot of times you just need to understand why you feel away because you can have anxiety, you can have sadness, uh, you know, people can experience the same situation and come out with different feelings from it. Kids in a family can experience can witness something, like a divorce or like a fight with parents or whatever, and each kid walks away with something different, right? So you can't just assume everybody's feeling the same. You don't know, and people have to talk it through. So that's definitely talking helps, man. And it's not just about what we do for ourselves. Also, as we celebrate Mental Awareness Health Month, so we want to talk about just what we can do for ourselves, but with other people, right? It's like I'm sure we know people who are stressful, or not stressful, or they stressful, but they are stressed, right? And what can we do? And so, we talked about talking more. I think we can be better listeners. Like active listening reduces perceived stress in the speaker by up to 40%. That's from the Journal of Experimental Psychology in 2022. A lot of times we listen. I try to be better at this. You hear somebody talking and you're about to give them an answer, right? Or also, too, a big thing that men and women do this is start to solve like, you tell me something and I tell you how to fix it. Like, this is a dads and don'ts moment. A lot of times I'll talk about Brooke and people go, Brooke she's just going through puberty. No, no. I'm out. She trying to rip my head off, man. I don't think it's puberty. It's something else. But thanks for you. Just listen next time. Matter of fact, that's on me. I shouldn't have told you. But listen to help. Check-ins matter. My sisters tease me because I do a lot of check-ins. But regular check-ins from friends and family are associated with lower suicide risk because people just need to know they're not by themselves. I feel like, and again, this is from no experience, but from suicide, it's just like people feel like they have nothing to live for, and and people don't care about them. They don't have any connection. So if I die or if I leave, everybody will be fine. It'll make things better, right? So you got to check in. And I'm a firm believer. When somebody crosses your mind, like it's just random. You're like, man, I ain't talking to the song. Like I need to text Issa. I've talked about him twice. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what's up, dude? Just thinking about you, man. I think, and the older I've gotten, I don't frame my check-ins as call me back or you need me. It's like, I'm thinking about you. Hope you're well, period, right? Because I don't know what you're dealing with, and I don't want you to feel like you got to get back to me. I just wanted to hit you and say I was thinking about you because you never know when you're catching people, right? You might catch somebody that's at the end of a rope and they see your text, and that changes their thought about themselves or what they were going to do. Um, Also, one last thing, boundaries with tech. We talked about that before, or we were talking about this with kids. I think, shout out to my pastor. He kind of gave us some things to do this week. He's like, take off one day this week. He was also like, put your phone away for 3 hours. Like, let your family know. He's like, get a box, put your phone in it. Tell your family, I'm going to be out. I'm going to have my phone for 3 or 4 hours. And he was like, and just watch how you change. And, watch how your mind change. You go through withdrawal. It'll be good. And I feel like, even with my kids, I take the boys, I tap, put your phone away. Certain car rides, put your phone up, man. And they'll be like, oh, dad. But then after about 5 minutes, we singing together, we talking, you know what I'm saying? They chilling, right? Or like I said with the book, when we read at a certain time, stuff, everything's off. And we're just sitting, and Chase will just come and sit, just ask me random questions or look at my photo albums. Like we'll just be doing different things. We just take time. So just I think having boundaries with tech, that's just not a familiar thing. Just with kids, I think as adults, do you always need your phone, right? Do you always need the lights on in your face? Like, do you always have to check Instagram? I guess check your emails. Can you just listen to the music? Or sometimes what I've been doing too is before I go to bed, I try to give 30 minutes of just like quiet. I turn off every TV. I don't listen to no music. I don't listen to no podcasts. I just kind of just sit in a quiet home, right? Just to see, because then it's a check in, like, oh, how am I? Okay, all right. Now, what am I listening to? You know what I'm saying? Like, you start to hear things, man. So I know that was heavy, but it is May and it is Mental Awareness Month, and we take it very seriously on this show. We want y'all to be cool. I mean, we always say take care of yourselves and each other. This is part of it. So take care of yourselves and each other is not just a tagline that sounds cool, even though people bite my ribs, but you still want to make sure that you're doing that, and not just in this month, but you got to ask, not just this month, but in all months, right? So let's use May as a starting point. It's on the 15th. Well, for what shot? 15th now. We've been on the pod for a while. But again, please take care of yourself. So, as I miss anything?
No, I think you covered it all.
Down right now, I was talking a lot, but make sure you take. Oh, sorry, I'm bad. I'm all out of order. Thank you for checking out the Super Duper Pod. We do not take your lessons lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials, SUPADUPAPOD, and online at HP53productions.com and on YouTube at HP53 Productions. So as told me I didn't miss anything, but for real, I mean that. Take care of yourselves and each other because it's serious. And being sad and being depressed is no joke. And again, you are not, if you are listening to this and you are sad and you are depressed, you won't be the first person, to last. So, please get your help. If your faith allows it to, pray to God. That's what I do. What I'm saying? Just because it's like sometimes the problem is bigger than you can handle. So, just make sure you don't fall victim to the big lie, which is you by yourself. Because if we talked about Michael Jackson, you are not alone. He wasn't lying, man. I think R. Kelly wrote that. But again, you are not alone. You're not. You just not. You finally. All right. Thank you for checking out. Hey, mama. This is the Supa Dupa podcast.
Real pain, champagne from you and I. Wait, you alive? Now that's champagne if you was I. Would you be off on this campaign? Is it suicide? If you know that bringing hope here is how careers die. Or do the K stand for kamikaze? The J silent is everywhere, you can feel them probably. Surely, lately, I've been up late with demons in my basement trying to get me to hate this. Life thinking I should be further and then I choke up. As soon as I got silent, then the truth spoke up. They said, how you know you ain't perfect? Let that soak up and soak in. You know how you know that you blessed? I was